This is Keso. Hello everyone, this is Keso, All India rank 312 in the recent UPSC CAPF examination. So I have started this series of value addition to the PYQs, in which I'll be discussing PYQs and adding some value additions so that if question comes from these topics, you'll be able to tackle them very easily. So in this video I'll be talking about four things. First one is solution to the question, and second one would be focus areas where you'll have to focus, and third one will be value addition, and fourth one will be I'll be dropping some questions in between the session so that you'll have to answer them in the comment box only. Okay, so let's move ahead. First one is this question. Okay, which one among the following has the largest energy per photon? So you will have to see which one has maximum frequency, which one has maximum wavelength in this EM wave topic, and what are the properties of EM waves. So you'll have to look up to these topics, and there is a fact that EM waves do not require medium to travel. So just remember this fact, and I have given some value addition in this PDF only. And this PDF will be uploaded in the Telegram group, so you can access there. So this is the this is the spectrum of EM waves. So just remember the order of these waves, and so that way you will be easily tackle these questions. So the first question which you will have to answer in the comment box will be why we use red as a traffic signal. Okay, and then so let's move ahead with the second question. Second question is the distance between the Lagrange points L2 and L3. It is 32 crore kilometers. Just remember this. Last year it was Lagrange point was in news because of the Aditya L1 mission, so that's why it was asked. So just remember this. And so third one is what is greenhouse gas effect? Greenhouse effect. So in this one we get confused between short wavelength radiation and long wavelength infrared radiation. So when the infrared radiation come from the sun, it is in form of short wave, and greenhouse gases, in that case they work as transparent, and radiation gets inside our atmosphere very easily, and when it goes, so it goes in form of long wave. So in that case those greenhouse gases works as opaque medium, and it does not let pass the radiation. So this effect is called as greenhouse effect. So I have given some value addition points in the PDFs below, so we'll be discussing in the coming minute. And this was a numerical problem, so just go through this through the PDF, and you will be easily understand this. And last one is different PM particle, definition of PM1 particle. So PM1 particle is have diameter less than 1 micron, and I'll be discussing about PM1, 2.5, PM5 and PM10 in the coming pages of this PDF. And last one is which heat transfer mechanism does not require a medium? So radiation. Just recall this 4 or 5 times. Radiation does not require a medium. Radiation is a heat transfer mechanism which does not require a medium. And then 10th question, which one does not work on the phenomenon of electromagnetic induction? So electron microscope, it works on the principle of wave nature of electrons. You don't need to go in detail, just remember that it works on the principle of wave nature of electron. And 11 this one is which one is not correct? So you'll have to read every point wisely. They have बस इन्होंने थोड़ा सा यहाँ पे मैक्सिमम को मिनिमम होता है डेफिनेशन में मेल्टिंग पॉइंट के, सो दे हैव मिनिमम को मैक्सिमम करके डाल दिया है, and so that will be correct. So you will have to look into every minute detail of the topics. Like this statement is directly from NCERT, but what they did is like maximum को minimum कर दिया. So you will have to look into minute details also. And then the next question, cobalt 60 is used as is used in treatment of cancer, and I have given this also, like cobalt 60 for cancer, iodine for tumors and thyroid. So just go through this, and I'll be uploading this PDF in our Telegram group, so must join there. And this has been asked in UPSC civil services prelims also. So just remember this, like why is water a good solvent? Because it has a high dipole moment. This one is ethine. Ethine is carbon-carbon triple bond. Carbon-carbon single bond is ethane. So just revise this in hydrocarbon chapters of class 11th, I think 11th in chemistry. And this one was asked in various PCS also. So if you have read Ghatna Chakra of Science, then you must have come across this so many times. And okay, so what are the main ingredients of glass? Just revise this. So, silicon, sodium carbonate, borax, alumina, and chelates. Okay, then this one, next question. Okay, like this is a basic question, like atomic number say related. So atomic number is same as number of protons. So there is relationship between all these 5 terms. Just comment down, like atomic number is equal to number of protons is equal to number of electrons. Then what is atomic mass? Atomic mass is equal to number of protons plus number of electrons. There are like 2-3 combinations. Just comment down in the comment box. So next question is endothermic process. So endothermic process and exothermic process, you must have read about it. So photosynthesis is an endothermic process. And drop down some examples of endothermic and exothermic. Next question is which one is used in manufacture of UV protective glasses? Cerium oxide. Just remember this, cerium oxide is used in manufacturing of UV protective glasses. This is pigment and their example. So natural pigment, chalk; synthetic pigment, white lead; reactive pigment, red lead; inert pigment, titanium oxide. And the next question is related to unpaired electrons. So you will have to have knowledge about unpaired electron and valence electron. So it was easily, so you can do it easily. Just go through the options. Okay. Next one is different types of biotechnology. So I have added a attachment. What are the different types of biotechnology in below? And this one is audible range for humans, 20 Hz to 20,000 kilohertz. We have been reading since class 9th only, so you must have heard about this. And this one is like for principle of inheritance, Gregor Mendel used like garden pea. He did experiments on garden pea. I have given some value addition also. In which layer plant tissue guard cells are present? Epidermis layer. In epidermis layer. This has been asked in several times in ND and CDS. So just remember this. Epidermis will be the right answer. This is the proportion of different gases in biogas. Methane. Biogas is mainly composed of methane, then CO2, and then nitrogen. Very little amount of nitrogen, but nitrogen is there. And then this has been also repeated so many times. Excess of glucose is stored in human body in form of glycogen. Just remember this. Then the next question was discovery of. We will have to arrange in chronological order. I have given value addition in the coming pages. and this was related to trophic level. This question can also be included in as part of environment section, but just let's move away, कर लेते हैं इसको यहीं पे. And like this question was related to why is the number of trophic levels of a food chain usually limited. So the answer will be okay, because of the loss of energy at each trophic level. So there is a Lindman's efficiency law, which is known as 10% law. So when we move ahead from one trophic level to another trophic level, so 90% of energy is typically lost, and only 10% of energy is transferred to the next trophic level. So that's why there is number of trophics. That's why it is the number of trophic levels is limited in different food chains. So just remember Lindman's 10% rule. And then I think this is the last question. Which one is not found in prokaryotes? So if we break the term prokaryotes, which means pro plus karyote. Pro means it's before, and karyote is nucleus. So all the before, it is called as before nucleus. So it has they lack a nucleus or a nuclear envelope. Like all the nuclear substances are present there, but they lack a nuclear envelope. Just read this. This was a very easy question, and I have given some value addition also. I'll be uploading these PDFs in our Telegram group. Just join there so that you can easily revise all these questions. And comment down all the questions which I asked throughout this. This is related to this is like greenhouse gases, CO2 maximum, then CH4, then N2O, then all these. And there is the fact that carbon monoxide is not considered as a greenhouse gas. Just remember all these small facts. They will come very handy in your examination. And this will be like PM sizes. So this ultra fine PM particles less than 100 nanometer, then PM1 less than 1 micrometer, then PM2.4 less than 2.5 micrometer, PM10. Just remember this. And this was related to the different heat transfer mechanisms. So radiation does not require a medium. And there are also given some examples. Use this PDF as a value addition in your notes also. You can use them very wisely. These are the different types of biotechnology. And just remember, red was asked in last year, health, medical, diagnostics. Yellow, food biotechnology. Blue, aquaculture. Green, agricultural. Brown, arid zones and desert. Dark, bioterrorism and biowarfare. Purple is like patents, publications and inventions. It is related to majorly IPR issues. White is gene-based bioindustries. Then gold, bioinformatics and nanobiotechnology. Gold is also important. And then gray is also important, fermentation and bioprocess technology. Then this was related to the Mendel's laws. Just go through this PDF, it will help you. And there are 4 postulates and the law of inheritance. The 2 law of inheritance are important: law of segregation and law of independent assortment. This was related to Mendel's question, and this was related to this is related to chronological order. This plasmid was discovered in 1952, then DNA 1954, and there is also a question for you. You will have to comment ki who discovered the double helical structure of NDA. This is the third question. Invention of DNA in fingerprinting 1984, and Dolly was cloned in 1996. And these are the radioactive isotopes and their applications in. So that's it for this video. I hope this was helpful, and just let me know in the comment section that should I continue this series or not. And thank you. Hello everyone, this is Kesav. I have secured All India rank 312 in the recent UPSC CAPF exam. Welcome to this new video. In this video I'll be discussing the PYQs of science which were asked in CAPF 2023, and I will also try to give some value additions to the questions which are frequently repeated by UPSC CAPF, and detailed solution along with the value addition for the PYQs of CAPF 2024 has been already uploaded, so you can watch them. And let's begin with this session. So this is the first question about demineralized water, that how is it obtained. So it is obtained by passing water through a cation exchange and an anion exchange on a resin bed. So C would be correct answer. And for value addition, there is a term called Calgon's method. So it is used to soften the water. You have heard about the hard water and soft water. So Calgon's method is used to soften the water. And as far as option A is concerned, passing water through microfiltration membrane, so it is used for the purification of water only, and by boiling you can kill microorganisms only, you cannot get demineralized water. So demineralization of water is the removal of essentially all organic salts by ion exchange. So C would be the correct answer. So in the second question, we have to identify the oxidant and reductant. So if we see the equation, then you will get to know that Cu and S of Cu2S are oxidant and reductant respectively. So for value addition, we can see that. So oxidizing agent gets reduced by accepting electrons, and reducing agent gets oxidized by losing electrons. So here copper is oxidant and sulfur is reductant. In the third question, we have to identify which one is not correct. So as per the NCERT, B should be incorrect, as according to colloidal theory, gels of hydrated silicates are formed, and when these gels harden, the set cement loses strength. It is mentioned here, but in real life the set cement gains more strength. So option B should be incorrect, but UPSC being UPSC, it has considered C as the correct answer, which is tricalcium silicate is responsible for initial setting of cement. So it has considered C as incorrect. Let's move ahead to the next question. So which one of the following metals does not react with oxygen directly? So here the concept of inert metal is applied, as gold, silver and platinum are the inert metals that do not react with air, which means oxygen. So correct answer would be platinum, option C. So value addition will be gold, silver and platinum do not react with air. And in the next question, which cell organelle has its own DNA? So mitochondria and chloroplast are other cell organelle which has its own DNA other than nucleus. Let's move on to the next question. For protein synthesis, the amino acids are recognized and carried by tRNA, transfer RNA. So just remember this, that tRNA recognizes and carries the amino acid for the protein synthesis. Then for the next question, in vertebrates, smooth endoplasmic reticulum in cells of which organ plays a crucial role in detoxification of toxic compounds? So answer would be liver. And for value addition, just remember that spleen is called as graveyard of RBCs. Spleen is called as graveyard of RBCs and liver is called as site of detoxification. And smooth endoplasmic reticulum plays vital role for detoxification. Just remember these three facts from here. And the next question is, the rate of an enzyme catalyzed reaction depends upon all the three: substrate concentration, temperature and pH, all the three. For the next question, both starch and glycogen are made up of glucose. However, how are they different? So glycogen is made in animal cells, but starch is made in plant cell, and primary function of both of these is to store energy. So just remember this: glycogen in animal cells and starch in plant cells, and the main function of both of these is to store energy. Let's see the next question. It is related to, in some viral infection, the number of platelets are reduced quickly. Platelets are essential because platelets have a very important role to play in blood clotting. So the C would be correct answer, and the viral infection would be dengue. And you will have to answer this: which vitamin helps in blood clotting? And you can also answer which vitamins are water soluble and which vitamins are mineral soluble. Let's see the next question. So these three upcoming questions can be considered as part of environment, but let's see it here, that which one is the main cause of acid rain? So the burning of fossil fuels releases oxides of carbon, nitrogen and sulfur in the temperature. So nitrous and sulfurous oxides are the main reason for the acid rain. Just remember this: nitrous and sulfur oxides. This next question. Biogas is considered to be an excellent fuel which burns without smoke. The main constituent of the biogas is methane. And this question was repeated in 2024 also, and like UPSC took one notch ahead and they asked about the main components of biogas and arranging them in increasing or decreasing order. So just go through that question also. And the next question, the depletion of ozone layer was due to the chlorofluorocarbon. So you must read about ODS, ozone depleting substances. If you know, then comment down in the comment box. And this next question is very important, about which of the following holds true for a freely falling object. So the correct answer would be it moves with a uniform acceleration. And most of the students do the mistake here, that they go with the answer that it moves with a uniform velocity. No, the correct answer here would be it moves with a uniform acceleration. This question has been repeated so many times in NDA and CDA exams, and I think it has been asked 2-3 times in CAPF also. So just remember this: when a freely falling object goes down, so it moves with a uniform acceleration, not with a uniform velocity. Just remember this. And then this question, this is a numerical problem. So it's a very easy numerical problem. I'll drop down this solution to this in the comment box and pin it down. Let's move with the question number 35. So here the question is, which conservation laws is a consequence of the Newton's third law of motion? So it will be conservation of momentum. This also has been repeated so many times. So conservation of momentum is a consequence of the Newton's third law of motion. Just remember this. And then the next question, the answer would be simple distillation. So simple distillation is the method used in separating a mixture of two miscible liquids having sufficient differences in their boiling points. So simple distillation is used when the boiling points of the two miscible liquids are different. And this is about the features of alloys. So alloys are mixtures. Alloys are mixtures. They are not compounds, and they are not always made up of metals only. They are also composed of non-metals. So alloys are mixtures. And the next question is about what is the common element in graphite, fullerene, diamond and graphene. So carbon. All the four are allotropes of carbon. And the next question is, which the gas generated on reacting zinc with dilute sulfuric acid? So hydrogen. And its equation will be formed like Zn plus H2SO4 will give ZnSO4 plus H2. So hydrogen is generated when zinc is reacted with dilute sulfuric acid. Let's move to the next question. Here the question is about brine. An aqueous solution of a salt is known as brine. The salt is sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is also known as brine. Just remember this. In humans, urea is mainly formed from the metabolism of which of the following components of the food? So answer would be amino acid. You can guess, like if you know NH3 is ammonia, so only amino acid has nitrogen, so amino acid would be correct answer. So the next question is about lymph. As it is mainly formed from the plasma of blood and it surrounds the cells. So what is the main difference between the blood and the lymph? So the main difference is lymph does not contain RBCs. It is devoid of the RBCs. So just remember this fact, that lymph is devoid of RBCs and it is yellowish in color. For the next question, for the digestion of carbohydrate, protein and fat enzymes such as amylase, trypsin and lipase are required. So it is secreted into the duodenum. Duodenum is part of small intestine. So all these three, amylase, trypsin and lipase, are secreted through pancreatic juice. Just remember this. Pancreatic juice consists of amylase, which helps in digestion of carbohydrate, trypsin, which helps in digestion of protein, and lipase, which helps in digestion of fat and enzymes. And this next question is, lactic acid is formed in the muscles during the exercise or running, which is also called as muscle cramps. So it is formed to give extra energy from glucose. It is formed to give extra energy from glucose. Just remember this fact. Lactic acid, and this has been asked several times, like muscle cramps are caused due to lactic acid. Lactic acid will be the correct answer if it is asked in that way. And then this question was dropped by UPSC, and then this last question was a kind of numerical problem. When resistance are connected in series, then R equivalent will be R1, R2, R3, Rn, and if they are connected in parallel, then 1 by R equivalent is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Just remember this. R is directly proportional to length and R is inversely proportional to the 1 by area of cross section. So we have discussed all the questions. I hope you enjoyed the session, and I hope this was helpful for you. You can join our Telegram group. I will drop the link in the comment box, and also I will provide the link in the description box, so you can join the channel from there. Thank you. Hello everyone, this is Keshav. I have secured all India rank 312 in the recent UPSC CAPF exam. Welcome to this new video. In this video, we'll be discussing the PYQs of science which were asked in CAPF 2022, and detailed solution along with the value addition for the 2023 and 2024 has been already uploaded on our channel, so you can watch them. And let's start with the video. So first question is, trough and ridge are. So trough and ridge are elongated area of low pressure and high pressure respectively. Trough is of low pressure, whereas ridge is of high pressure. Second one is, the organisms that prefer high salt concentration habitats referred to as, they are called as halophiles. Halophiles are organisms that prefer high salt concentration. And then all alkaliphiles are organisms that can tolerate high alkaline pH. And then calcifuges, these are basically plants that live at low pH and grow in low calcium soil. They are called as calcifuges. And then nitrophiles are plants that live in nitrogen rich soil. The next question is about, which of the following animals has 4-chambered heart? So the right answer would be crocodile, and all the other reptiles has 3-chambered hearts. Next is, which of the following combinations correctly represents the genetic materials in prokaryotes and eukaryotes? So in prokaryotes, the nucleode represents the genetic materials, while in eukaryotes, chromatin represents the genetic materials. In prokaryotes, nucleate, and in eukaryotes, chromatin. Just remember this. Lysosomes, which are also called as suicidal bags of cells, are sacs of the cell filled with digestive enzymes, and these digestive enzymes are synthesized by, these are synthesized by rough endoplasmic reticulum. This is a very important question and has been asked several times, so just remember this, that lysosomes are synthesized by rough endoplasmic reticulum. And then the next question is about which of the following best represents the cells of a meristem of a plant. So the cells of a meristem of a plant contains dense cytoplasm, thin cell wall, large nuclei, and absence of vacuoles. So here the vacuoles are absent, and you must know that plant cells have large vacuoles, but in meristem of plant, vacuoles are absent. Next question is related to hybridization. So one way of incorporating desired characters into crop varieties is hybridization. In this process, there is crossing between genetically dissimilar plants. This is the key point, genetically dissimilar plants. So if there would be two different plants, so it should be inter. So here in option D, it is intra. Intra means between same genes. So D would be odd one out, so it will be incorrect, and D would be correct answer. So plant nutrients are divided as micronutrients and macronutrients. So you will have to just remember the macronutrients. So nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and sulfur. These six are called as macronutrients because they are majorly provided by the soil only. So here the which one of the following is an example of macronutrient? So magnesium would be correct answer. So just remember this, manganese is an micronutrient while magnesium is a macronutrient, which is also very important for the growth of plants. Next question is related to the reproduction in plants. So the buds produced in the notches along the leaf margin of bryophyllum fall on soil and develop into a new plant. So which type of reproduction is this one? So this is a type of vegetative propagation, and most of the people get confused here between budding. So just remember this, that buds produced in notches along the leaf margin of bryophyllum fall on the soil and develop into a new plant. So that's called as vegetative propagation, and it is, I think, followed in tropical rainforest also. So just remember this. Next question is related to phloem and xylem. So phloem tissues are mostly responsible for transport of, so correct answer would be D, food, and phloem carries the sugars and other organic nutrients from leaves to the plants, whereas xylem primarily transport waters and minerals from roots to the rest of the plant. So there is a trick to remember this, that phloem sounds as food, for. Both start with Hindi word for. So that's the trick I used to remember. So you can also remember by using this trick. And let's see the next question. This is related to the kinetic energy. So kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. So if x and y have equal masses, then velocity will be the deciding factor, and so if the velocity is 3 times, then the energy would be 3 square times, which would be 9 times. So option C would be the answer. Let's see the next question, that which one of the following is not a unit of pressure? Pressure is equal to force per area. Pascal is its SI unit, then Newton per meter square. Force per unit area. Bar is also a unit of atmospheric pressure. So joule per meter square would not be a correct answer. Next question is, which one of the following cannot be used to make a convex lens? So if you want to make a convex lens, then you will have to have a transparent medium. So aluminum is not transparent, so A would be correct answer. Glasses, sapphires, and water droplets, all these are transparent. So all these can be used to make a convex lens. So A would be correct answer. And next question is, which optical phenomenon is responsible for the blue color of the sky? So D, scattering is responsible for blue color of the sky. This has been asked so many times, so just remember this. Scattering is responsible for the blue color of the sky. Next question is, which electrical device used for converting mechanical energy into electrical energy? So generator is used to produce electrical energy from mechanical energy. The next question is related to power of the lens. So the magnitude of focal length of a convex lens is 2 meter. Then what is the power of the lens? So the power of the lens is equal to 1 by f. So power is equal to 1 by 2, which would be 0.5 diopter. And if it is a concave lens, the sign will be negative. If it was to be a convex, then the sign would be positive. So here the correct answer would be minus 0.5 diopter. And the next question is, at the time of short circuit, the current in an electric circuit, it is also an important question. So at the time of short circuit, the current in an electric circuit increases very sharply, because at that point of time there is very low resistance or very negligible resistance. So that's why the current increases very sharply. Next question. Here also we will use the kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. So if the object's velocity momentum changes by 2 times, then the kinetic energy will change by 2 square, which will be 4 times. And then this question, here the concept of amphoteric oxide is used, that which one of the following oxides reacts with both acid and base. So the correct answer would be aluminum oxide. And aluminum oxide and zinc oxides both are amphoteric oxides, which means they show both basic as well as acidic character. Here, which one of the following makes bread soft and spongy when baking soda is added? So correct answer would be CO2. NaHCO3 is called as baking soda, but when NaHCO3 is added to bread, and then it works as a leavening agent, and it produces CO2, which produces bubble inside the bread, and that gives the fluffiness and softness and sponginess to the bread. So here the correct answer would be CO2, carbon dioxide. And then this next question, borax is prepared from sodium carbonate. Comment down the formula of borax. Then this question is related to the ore. Cinnabar is an important ore of mercury. Just remember this has been repeated so many times. Cinnabar is an ore of mercury. Let's see the next question. Next question is related to white gold, which is an alloy, and it is made of gold, nickel and palladium. Gold, nickel and palladium. Then the next question, hydrogenation of alkenes can be carried out in the presence of nickel. This is a very important question. Hydrogenation of alkenes can be carried out in the presence of nickel only, which works as a catalyst. And then the next question, calcium oxide reacts with water to produce select lime. It is an example of combination reactions. So here the equation would be CaO plus H2O, which will give CaOH whole 2. And then this next question, this is also a very important question and has been repeated so many times. So just remember this, the atomic radius of hydrogen atom is 37 picometer. I think it would be 3.7 nanometers, so 37 picometer. Then this next question is also important. Which of the following is a semiconductor device that is used to increase the power of the incoming signals by preserving the shape of the original? So the correct answer would be transistor. And its main work is to amplify the electrical signals and power. Then for value addition, you can read all these 4 devices. And then the next question, that aluminum powder is used as a solid fuel for rocket engines. That's correct. And compared to liquid fuel propelled rocket engines, the thrust per amount fuel burned is higher in solid fuel propelled rocket engines. So that's incorrect. And first one is right, that aluminum powder is used as a solid fuel for rocket engines. So that's all for this video. I hope it was helpful. If you like the video, please do subscribe the channel and join our Telegram group. I'll upload this PDF in our Telegram group only, and I'll provide the link for the same in the description and chat box. So please do join that, and thank you. Hello everyone, this is Kesav. I have secured All India rank 312 in the recent UPSC CAPF exam. Welcome to this new video. In this video, we'll be discussing the PYQs of science for 2021 and detailed solution along with few value addition for PYQs of 2024, 2023 and 2022 have been already uploaded on our channel, so you can watch them. And let's start with the session. So this question has been asked several times about the time lapse between viewing a lightning flash and hearing the thunder of a cloud is 10 seconds. So how far away the storm is? So here we will use the concept of distance is equal to speed into time. So the answer would be 3300 meter, as 330 meter per second is the speed of sound in the air. So the answer would be B. Second one means what is the approximate wavelength of the violet light in the air? So in EM waves, the wavelength band of the visible light is 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer, which will be 0.4 micron meter. So if we see the visible light, it goes as Vibgyor, where violet has the minimum and red has the maximum wavelength. So the approximate wavelength of the violet will be 0.4 micron meter. So the D would be correct answer, and we have seen EM waves in detail in our 2024 videos, so you can watch them. And next question, which electromagnetic radiation are used to cook food? So both infrared and microwave radiations are used, so both will be answer. Let's see the next question. An object is placed 10 cm in front of a lens. The image formed is real, inverted and of same size as the object. Then what is the focal length? So this case 3 has been applied here, and length of focal length will be 10/2. So the focal length will be 5 cm and the nature of the image will be converging, as it is a concave lens. It's a convex lens, so it will be converging. And let's see the next question. It is about short-sightedness, so B would be correct answer. A short-sighted person sees the near objects clearly but distant objects blurred, and the concave lens is used to correct short-sightedness or myopia, whereas in case of far-sightedness or hypermetropia, convex lens is used. Which one of the following organelles is not found in animal cell? So correct answer would be cell wall, and you can watch the difference between both of them. Animal cell does not have cell wall, it has numerous small vacuoles, whereas plant cell have a large vacuole. It has no chloroplast, and that's the basic difference. Let's see the next question. Which one of the following plant tissues has large ear spaces? So parenchyma. In this type of questions, by reading the options only you can get to the right answer. Then question number 8, which one of the following is not a connective tissue? So smooth muscle is not a connective tissue, whereas ligament, tendon and cartilage are examples of connective tissue. And which one of the following organism belong to the kingdom Monera? This has been asked several times. It is directly picked up from NCERT, where in examples it is given then Anavina belongs to kingdom Monera. Which one of the following diseases does not transmit through fine droplets coming out from mouth or nose of an infected person? So the correct answer would be HIV, AIDS, whereas pneumonia, COVID-19 and tuberculosis, which is a bacterial disease, also transmit through fine droplets. So there is a misconception that AIDS spreads through that method also, but it spreads through these three methods, like unprotected sexual intercourse, and then vertical transformation from mother to child during all three stages, in uterus or during delivery or through breast milk also, and then injection drug use. So that's very rare. So these are the three ways HIV spreads. Let's see the next question. Which one of the following is not a breakdown product of glucose during respiration. This is also directly picked up from a NCERT, and in NCERT this three equation has been given, where ethanol is a product and not methanol. So D would be correct answer here. Let's see the next question. Which one of the following is an example of endothermic reaction? By selecting odd one out method in elimination, you can reach to the correct answer, which would be B, where CaCO3 breaks into CaO plus CO2. So B would be correct answer. This question has been repeated so many times in CAPF, NDA, CDS. So packets of potato chips are usually flushed with which one of the following gases to prevent rancidity? So correct answer would be nitrogen gases. And it prevents the chips from getting oxidized in presence of oxygen. So that's how it prevents the rancidity. And the next question is, according to earlier Indian philosophers, what are the basic elements of Panchtantra? So air, earth, fire, sky and water. These five are, so B would be correct answer. Next question. A milkman adds a small amount of baking soda to milk. This makes the pH of the milk. So B would be correct answer, which would be, it will make the milk weakly alkaline. And milkman does so to prevent the acidification of the milk. Just comment down the what is the pH of a milk. Let's move on to the next question. Which one of the following metal oxides does not usually react with the sodium hydroxide? So correct answer would be calcium oxide. Here sodium hydroxide is a very strong alkali, and that's why it never react with a basic oxide. So calcium oxide is a basic oxide, that's why it does not react with calcium oxide. Let's move on to the next question. When calcium metal reacts with the sulfuric acid, why the reaction stops in a short while? So when calcium reacts with sulfuric acid, it forms calcium sulfate, which is insoluble in water and covers the calcium metal, preventing it from the reacting any further. So it creates a coating. So that's why the reaction stops after a short while. So just remember this. The next question. When a white light beam is made to fall on a hollow prism filled with water, then 7 constituents, then which has the maximum angle of deviation? So pure, violet will have the maximum and red will have the minimum. Red has minimum deviation, that's why it is also used in traffic lights. So here B will have violet will have the maximum deviation. Let's see the next question. Which one among the following is not a luminous object? So correct answer would be C, Jupiter, which is a planet, whereas Sun is a star, and Proxima Centauri and Alpha Centauri are a galaxy. So they all three have their own light which they emit, and Jupiter is being a planet does not emit any light, so it would be correct answer. Move on to the next question. We can use this formula, electric current is equal to electric charge by time. So electric charge will be electric current into time, and by using that formula we can reach that A will be correct answer. Let's move on to the next question. Which one of the following is not a renewable energy source? So nuclear energy is not a renewable energy source. Which one of the following is not a function of chlorophyll? So C would be correct answer, oxidation of carbohydrate, and which is a function of mitochondria and which helps in production of energy, and it is also called as powerhouse of a cell. So for value addition we can see what are the three functions of chlorophyll: splitting of water, absorption of photon, and conversion of light energy into chemical energy. That's the D is the main function of the chlorophyll. Which one of the following statements about life processes in single cell organisms or prokaryotes is not correct? So A, they require separate organ for food uptake. Here is the explanation. All prokaryotic organisms such as bacteria, archaea are unicellular, and a single cell performs all the functions such as metabolism, excretion and reproduction. so they do not require a separate organ for food uptake. Let's move on to the next question. Which one of the following organism does not processes notochord at any stage of its life cycle? So Holothuria. Which one of the following pairs is not correctly matched? So D, hydrotropic flower, and we can see the explanation here. Geotropism is the growth of the parts of plants in response to the force of gravity. Then chemotropism, then hydrotropism, and that's all. Let's move on to the next question. Which one of the following metals does not react with oxygen, water, or acid? AU, gold. We have read in 2022 PYQs about the noble metals that gold, silver, and platinum does not react with oxygen or water. So just you can refer there. Then which one of the following metals produces hydrogen with cold water? So sodium. All alkali metals such as sodium, lithium, and potassium, they produces hydrogen from cold water. And let's move on to the next question. So I just wanted to clarify that this PDF was compiled by Study Funda team. So thanks to them, and shout out to them also. Let's see the question number 29. Manganese is extracted by heating manganese dioxide with aluminum powder. So what is the correct statement? So the reaction is exothermic. Here is the explanation. When manganese dioxide is heated with aluminum powder, so displacement reaction takes place, and manganese is obtained as the product while aluminum oxide is formed, and it is a part of exothermic reaction, and manganese is obtained in molten form. Then this next question about which one of the following properties decreases across the periodic table from left to right and increases from top to bottom? So ionization energy. So ionization energy decreases from left to right and increases from top to bottom, whereas atomic radius increases on both the side. Let's see the next question. I think that's it for this video, and I hope you like the session. You can watch 2022, 2023, and 2024 also. You can join our Telegram group. I'll provide the link in the description box, or I'll also comment and pin it, so you can join our Telegram group where the PDF of this solution will be provided. So thank you for watching this session. Please do subscribe the channel if you like this video. Thank you. Hello everyone, this is Kesav. I have secured All India rank 312 in the recent UPSC CAPF exam. Welcome to this new video. In this video, I'll be discussing the PYQs of science for CAPF 2020 and detailed solution along with the few value addition of 2021 to 2024 for the last 4 years have been already uploaded on our channel, so you can watch them. And let's continue with the session. We have seen this first question in 2022 also. This is about which one of the following statement is correct regarding an object falling freely under the influence of gravity. So D would be correct answer, where acceleration is constant all throughout the free fall. So this has been repeated several times, so just remember this, that acceleration is constant throughout the free fall. Next question is about the properties of magnetic field. So two magnetic field lines produced by the same source never intersect each other. So these are magnetic fields, and they originate from North Pole and lands on South Pole, and they never intersect each other. So there are few other properties of magnetic fields also, so you can read about them, and just remember this, that they never intersect each other. So next question is about the Fleming's rule. So A would be the correct answer, which states as Fleming's left hand rule gives direction of force on a current carrying conductor in a magnetic field. So this picture explains the Fleming's left hand rule, where the index finger shows magnetic field, middle finger is electric current, and then thumb is thrust or the motion. So A would be the correct answer. Let's see the next question. It is regarding motion. So here B would be correct answer, that all simple harmonic motions are periodic motions, and all periodic motions are not necessarily simple harmonic motions. So A would be incorrect and B would be the correct answer, that all simple harmonic motions are periodic motions. Let's see, next question is related to the application of the Doppler effect, and the radar used by police to check the over-speeding vehicles works on the principle of Doppler effect. Just remember this. Next, let's see next question. Which one is not correct regarding the Newton's third law of motion? So C would be correct answer, as there is no cause-effect relation is applied in the third law. So C would be incorrect and all the three options are correct. So first one is force never occurs singly in nature, and second one is when earth pulls a stone downward due to gravity, the stone exerts a force on the earth. Like every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So there is no cause effect relation implied in the third law. Just remember this, as most of people get confused here that there is a cause effect relation. So there is no cause effect relation there, and it's just that the every force has an equal and opposite reaction. Let's see next question. What is the use of magnesium? So magnesium is used in fireworks to make a bright white light. So bright white light in fireworks is due to the magnesium. Let's see next question. Which one does not constitute a paint as a ingredient? So turpentine oil thinner has paint. Polyhydroxyphenols also has. Titanium dioxide, it works as pigment, it also has paint. Only this C option, thiourea, which works as accelerator, does not have a paint as a constituent. Let's see the next question. Which one of the following statements about alkaline earth metal is not true? So here A, B and C is correct, whereas D is incorrect, as red color of gemstone ruby is due to the presence of chromium, not beryllium. It is due to the presence of chromium and not beryllium. And all other three options are correct, as strontium salt gives a red flame, burns with a red flame, and barium metal is used in medicine to examine the alimentary canal of a patient by X-ray. In X-ray, barium metal, and then green plant needs magnesium in order to make the chlorophyll that trap the energy from. So for creation of chlorophyll, magnesium is very important, which is a major macronutrient in the plants. And chromium is the element that causes ruby's red, which ranges from orangey red to purplish red, and not beryllium. So D would be correct answer. Let's see the next question. Which one of the following gases produces a red light when the electricity flows through it? So neon gives red color. Next question. Which one of the following methods can be used to remove permanent hardness of water? Ion exchange method. In 2024 PYQs also I mentioned that ion exchange method is used to remove permanent hardness of the water. Let's see the next question. Which one of the following is not a component of photochemical smog? So ozone and peroxyacetyl nitrate and nitric oxide, these all are component of photochemical smog, whereas polyaromatic hydrocarbons are not a component of photochemical smog. Just remember this, that this is a very important question, as it has been repeated several times, that ozone, peroxyacetyl nitrate and nitric oxide are the component of photochemical smog. Let's see next question. The eukaryotic chromatin is composed of DNA and protein. Eukaryotic chromatin is composed of DNA and protein. Let's see next question. Which one of the following phylum would you place an animal with a bilaterally symmetrical triploblastic body without a true internal cavity. So they are placed in platyhelminthes. Let's see next question. During respiration in human beings, the actual place of gaseous exchange takes place in alveoli. So just remember this. This is also a very important question and has been repeated several times as a part of respiratory system, that during respiration in human beings, the actual place of gaseous exchange takes place in alveoli. Most of people get confused here in nasal passages, but the correct answer would be alveoli. Let's see next question. In human body, the hormone which is secreted into blood and which controls the rate of heartbeat is adrenaline. You must have heard about adrenaline rush. So that's the adrenaline which controls the rate of our heartbeat. Next question. In human beings, certain chemicals which cross the synapse between nerve cells are released from the nerve endings of the nerve cell. Which one is the major function of platelets? So the major function of platelets is the clotting of blood. You can comment down the which vitamin also helps platelets in blood clotting. So vitamin K is the vitamin. Next question. An electron and a photon have same de Broglie wavelength. It implies that they have the same linear momentum. They will have if both have the same de Broglie wavelength, then both will have same linear momentum. Next question is about oil and water do not mix because of the property of the surface tension. This is a very important question, that due to the surface tension, oil and water do not mix. At triple point, the substance coexist in. This question has been also repeated so many times in CAPF, CDS, NDA and various state pieces also. So at triple point, the substance coexist in liquid phase, solid phase and vapor phase. The next question is about latent heat. Latent heat corresponds to the change in the heat at constant temperature only. Most of people get confused here, that temperature, volume and pressure, all three, but here the correct answer would be temperature only. So just remember this. And let's see next question. Which one of the following is about photoelectric effect is not correct? So all the three options are correct. So just read all the three options for value addition. That Albert Einstein received the Nobel Prize for explaining photoelectric effect only. This is a very important point. And the next B option, for each metal there is a threshold frequency VO below which this effect is not absorbed, and C would be the incorrect option here. Let's see the next question. Which one of the following is the average atomic mass of the chlorine atom? Cl2, so 35.5. Let's see the next question. Which one of the following is not a heterocyclic aromatic compound? So tropolone is not a heterocyclic aromatic compound. So in cyclic aromatic compounds, at least one carbon atom is replaced by one of the heteroatoms such as oxygen, nitrogen or sulfur. So this property is not followed by tropolone. So tropolone is not a heterocyclic aromatic compound. Let's see next question. Which one of the following mineral is not a naturally occurring silicate? So bauxite is the correct answer. And next question, in which part of the cell the glucose is converted into pyruvate? So in cytoplasm it takes place. So glycolysis is the process by which glucose is broken down within the cytoplasm only to form pyruvate. So the correct answer would be cytoplasm. After fertilization, the ovule and ovary develop to form. So ovule develop into seed, whereas ovary develop into fruit. So this is a very, very important question. Just remember this, that ovule develops into seed, whereas ovary develop into fruit. So that's all. We have discussed all 28 questions asked in 2020. You can join us on our Telegram. The PDF of this lecture will be provided there, and I also provide small notes and daily updates in that group, so you can join our Telegram group. I will provide the link in the comment box, and I'll pin that, and I will also put the link in our description box also, so you can check that from there. And all the best for your exam, and thank you for watching this lecture. You can subscribe our channel if you like the lecture. Thank you.